Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Aries, September 11, 2023. You Ascent LL have a pep in your step now, with your planetary ruler moving back to normal speed. She is energizing your solar house of home, family, and domesticity, meaning you can spend more time with your one and only, cuddling within your space. If you're single, consider hosting a dinner party for pals and ask them to invite friends who are available, or plan a home-cooked meal date with someone who makes you laugh. Last, if you'd like to buy new possessions or doff a copyright COR to update your space, you'd be able to make it a more romantic space. Try to move past any lingering grudges. Old wounds may arise when the domicile moon in Cancer squares Chiron retrograde in Aries. The square may feel stressful to navigate since you may have to work through residual annoyances and frustrations related to your work life. A coworker may even say something to you that hits a sore spot, so this could still be on your mind. Instead of focusing on the wrongs or grievances, you can use this square to release your feelings to heal. Doing so can help you move forward. 2 days after the moon not only wrapped up its monthly visit to your income sector but its first since Mars returned to your work sector and the last before the dwarf planet Ceres leaves there next week, the weekend brings a chance to pause. As well as leaving you with a sharp nose for money that you will benefit from when you move into the new working week, the weekend is the perfect chance to unpack a download of information from across the income and job fronts. Avoiding getting stuck in negative behavior patterns requires the following: suspending judgment, clarifying what works best for you, and doing what you can to make the day end on a positive note. If you remain open and loving toward yourself when you've made a poor choice, you will have the opportunity to learn what got you there. This is a good time to develop good diet and exercise habits. If you typically decide on your outfit a day in advance, or if you are good at planning the weekend's fun, try using the same type of planning toward the next day's diet and exercise. The vibrations of the day are speaking about starting up a long-term activity by setting up a project. You have a great need for independence, and your autonomous nature will be encouraging you to trace a path without the help of your family and friends. Your taste for taking personal initiative means the days to come will be positive. Indeed, the period could rapidly turn out to be very promising in your sentimental life, even if you come up against some difficulties from time to time. While the moon is only passing through your communication sector, this is not only a valuable chance to ensure the communication lines are open but at an important time on so many fronts. As Venus aligns with the asteroid Juno during her first weekend in direct motion in your home and family sector, it is things close to home that will benefit, as will Jupiter, in his first weekend in retrograde motion in Taurus in 12 years. Across the board, this will make it easier to connect, while its access to a mix of intuition and logic, imagination and intelligence will help with a growing need for the right balance between work and play. With no planetary activity in your communication sector but the dwarf planet Ceres returning to your relationship sector next week, the moon's monthly visits are key to keeping the communication lines open. While the moon will leave your communication sector tomorrow, having it here today and over the weekend is a chance to ensure the communication lines are open ahead of time. Our eyes in the sky. Jupiter finds itself in retrograde motion, a rare occurrence in your income sector, marking the first time in 12 years. But it isn't alone. Uranus also recently embarked on its retrograde journey in this sector, and this cosmic pause might linger for several weeks. This presents a unique opportunity for you to recalibrate and find your bearings as the focal point shifts. Simultaneously, Mercury is in the final throes of its retrograde motion in your work sector, adding depth to this cosmic interplay. As Mercury slows to a crawl during its last weekend in retrograde motion in your work sector, it beckons you to take a valuable pause. The spotlight now turns to the past, granting you a chance to revisit opportunities, embrace second chances, and explore untapped income potential. Although both Jupiter and Uranus are still in the early stages of their retrograde journeys in your income sector, it will be some time before they pick up speed and retrace ground they've already covered. However, keep an eye out for subtle signs of movement in the financial realm. This coincides with Mercury's languid pace, mirroring the slow progress of Jupiter and Uranus. Together, they hold the door open to the past, beckoning you to seize second chances and discover untapped potential, both in your income and job sectors. This juncture marks a moment of cosmic synchrony, where time seems to stand still, allowing you to reflect, reassess, and ultimately unlock the hidden opportunities that lie in both your financial and professional domains. Today, the Cancer moon aligns with Uranus in retrograde, setting off electrifying energies that reverberate through our earthly existence. Under this cosmic influence, we're granted the freedom to embrace our genuine selves and express our deepest emotions without the shackles of judgment. Our heartfelt words find their way into the world, unburdened by the fear of being misunderstood. It's a day when our emotions become an open book, and we can speak our truth with unwavering sincerity. In the realm of relationships, you might find yourself entangled in minor disagreements with your friends. It's essential to keep these differences in perspective. They are but minor squabbles that pose no real threat to the solidity of your friendships. Don't dwell on them excessively, but do take responsibility if you've uttered words you now regret. Demonstrating your remorse can pave the way for forgiveness, as those affected will appreciate your sincerity. At a time when the number of planets turning retrograde is increasing on a near-daily basis, including Jupiter, in his last full day in direct motion in your income sector before turning retrograde tomorrow, Venus is the one planet bucking that trend. After 6 weeks in retrograde motion in a playful and creative part of your chart, Venus turns direct today, just as planets are turning retrograde across the income, work, and career fronts. This is taking the urgency out of this professional year just as Venus wakes to put more focus on the playful and creative side of life's fence. While enticing investment opportunities may come knocking at your door, exercising patience is paramount. Hidden facts, potential pitfalls, or inconvenient surprises could lurk beneath the surface. Rushing into investments may lead to unforeseen consequences. Remember that patience is a virtue, especially when dealing with financial transactions. It's wiser to bide your time and gather all the necessary information before making any commitments. Your social life might encounter some turbulence as you feel slighted by friends and family or find yourself embroiled in arguments. Take a moment for introspection. Perhaps you're placing unrealistic expectations on your loved ones. Consider stepping back and addressing issues through open communication, rather than pushing for your own way at all times. A balanced approach to your relationships will help restore harmony and understanding.